Where has there ever been a chance for anybody to be educated properly on cannabis, other than the 30 years they spent watching cops and seeing minorities bend over the hood of cop cars and having dime bags drop next to their face, and that's what the face of cannabis is for a lot of people. That's changing. I think you can see that in the polls. People are waking up to they're not believing a lot of the government propaganda that's out there that's really been rooted in racism since 1930s. And that's why you're seeing states legalize, and that's why you're seeing this regulated properly, instead of regulated with a criminalization first approach, which just makes everyone go underground for something that is very easy to grow, and also artificially inflates the value of it when you put a criminalization first approach to it. Just like when alcohol prohibition, this is alcohol prohibition 101. It artificially inflated the value and created criminal syndicates. Well, once it was legalized again by the government, those criminal syndicates became legal, regulated commercial establishments. Very similar with cannabis. I mean, it's a substance that is far healthier than alcohol and tobacco, number one. Should have never been regulated from a criminalization first standpoint. The laws that regulate it properly come out, people are becoming more educated because it's becoming more normalized in their community, whether it be a recreational environment or just a medical only environment. I mean, the education is slowly getting out there, and it's not too hard to change people's minds because there's a lot of logic behind the effectiveness of medical cannabis for symptom management. And when you talk to people about legalization and the ins and outs of it and what it means to society, a lot of people agree that regulating it, not from a criminalization first standpoint, is a much better way to regulate it than a criminalization first standpoint, because of the damage that arrests do to our society, have done to our society, with the far-reaching effects of that. I mean, many high percentages of minorities are incarcerated and have lifelong records for cannabis possession or some sort of low-level cannabis charge, and that stops them from getting jobs. It stops people from getting housing assistance. It stops them from getting school aid, and that's been going on for 80 years, and it hasn't led to anything positive. It's led to people's lives being ruined for a simple possession of cannabis charge, and then they can't go anywhere in life, and the only thing they have to revert back on is selling drugs, or that are artificially inflated in price, because it's the only way they can make any money. So it's a very vicious cycle, and I've seen the damage that it's done to our society firsthand, and I hope that starts to change very soon. 100%, the state of Michigan and all the local governments, and of course the federal government, should regulate and allow people to grow for the recreational commercial market the same way they are the medical market in the same places. The demand is there. Is that demand going to be filled by the black market that's completely unregulated, or is that demand going to be filled by the above ground properly regulated market? And it's common sense, in my opinion, where that should be at.
Yeah.
So that's where it will end up, and I think we all know that. But how long is it going to take to get there?